Alright guys, welcome back to the Soul Scotsman. This is Liam. We're talking about him in just a couple of seconds. It's been a while actually since we've done a Soul video. The last couple have been Chinatown and stuff like that. So I decided if I'm going to do another Makgeolli review video, I may as well get the man, the famous one, the guy who is of course the Makolli Hunter himself.
That's me.
It's Mr. Liam here, yeah?
How's it going, man?
I'm not bad mate. Like, so why are you called the Makolli Hunter first of all? I mean, apart from the fact you call yourself the Makolli Hunter, nobody else has actually ever called it to you.
It's more to do with a word that rhymes with the word hunt.
Right, you're Welsh.
Yeah.
So that would. So basically, I've got a kind of brief bit of history that you've been drinking Makgeolli since birth.
Yeah, it's just readily available in the valleys of South Wales, which is where I'm from.
So sheep I heard as well, but
yeah,
but let's move on from that
why
one.
are there so many of us? It's the Makgeolli. But no, about 2010, I suppose. I came here first in 2006, and I got a bit quickly tired of Cass and height.
Right. Yep. As we all do.
Yes. So I discovered that every region had its own Makgeolli after travelling a bit. So I thought, I might as well investigate that a bit further.
Okay.
And then about 550 odd Makgeollis later, here we are.
Not bad. Not bad.
I'm in the state I'm in.
So I mean, I could ask you for your favourite and your least favourite, but you said 550, right?
Around that. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but it's enough that I'm in this state.
It's before you. I'm going to ask the question, right? Before you started drinking Makgeolli, did you have hair?
I had long curly hair down to my shoulders.
All the way down your shoulders, right?
Yes, and perfectly olive skin.
So, perfect. So I've actually only drank about 200,
right?
Which is why I can actually still manage that spike at the front, but it's getting harder.
Just about managing.
it's getting harder on a daily basis, man. On a daily basis, yeah. So obviously, like, I mean, you started drinking Makgeolli, as you said, because of all the kind of different regions,
yeah,
and stuff. Like, is there a region that you haven't been to?
Gyeongbuk is very difficult.
Okay.
Like, I've drank a few. I can't tell you the number, but a few from Gyeongbuk. But like, it's difficult to get into Gyeongbuk.
Okay.
You can really get into Daegu and Andong a little bit, and it's even more difficult to get around.
Right.
Because there's no real rail system. A lot of the Makgeolli that I got was by taking Mugunghwa and Semaul trains and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of that in Gyeongbuk, but I've been really far afield.
Yep.
Matter of fact, one of my proudest achievements, you might remember this, because
I do indeed, and I'm going to put a photograph of it up once you tell the story.
For those of you who don't know, there's an island called Makgeolli, which is the most westerly point in Korea, and it's, I believe, I could be wrong, but about 4 kilometers away from North Korea. You could see North Korea,
okay,
like with the naked eye. And I took a 5-hour ferry to get there and buy Makgeolli. 5 hours there and back.
So not 5 hours, not return trip.
No, 10-hour round trip.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Spewed all over the shop. It was very choppy seas.
Yeah.
But I've been as far afield as I possibly could. I've been like to the North Korean border. Actually, my favourite is from a place called Yanggu.
Okay.
Which is right on the North Korean border. Gyeongbuk is my what they call it, the white whale.
Okay, so I was going to say that because you actually brought me a bottle of that one back,
yeah.
And I think if I remember right, you told me the story that the guy, you actually went into the breweries or restaurant or something like that?
Yeah, so like what happened is I'd gone all the way there, and I thought, well, I might as well have a look around while I'm here. And the people there in Makgeolli, they were just lovely people. Shout out to Makgeolli. And then I was looking all about, and there's not a lot of shops and this and that. And in fact, it's easier to get around on Makgeolli than in Gyeongbuk.
Okay.
But I was giving up, and I went to this place and I was eating, and my wife phoned and she said, "Did you get it?" I said, "No, I'm gutted. I've never been so disappointed in my life." And she said, "Hold on, I'll search for it for you." And it turns out that the brewery was just this tofu restaurant on top of a hill run by this old couple. And there was tofu restaurant here, and then like the hangari, the big, the kimchi pots, yep, full of Makgeolli in this little garage next to it. And I think they were putting some of the tofu water in there, and I found it finally on top of this hill, and I drank the bottle by myself overlooking into North Korea. And this random bloke came up to me and said, "Oh, you're white. My son-in-law lives in Australia. Can't help you there, pal." But then, like,
don't know him, mate. Don't know him.
But then I got a little bit drunk and a little bit confident. I'm not the most confident fella in the world. And there's a lot of Marines on Makgeolli.
Oh no.
Right, and then
I have a story about Marines.
But I didn't fill them in.
Okay, that's good. That's
Could
good.
have.
Of course.
But I They call them in Korean. They call them the ghost catching Marines, don't they? Quishin Chamin Hebyongde.
Okay.
So I saw one Marine walk past, and I shouted to him, "Oh, Marine, catch any ghosts today?" He looked at me like I was a piece of shit.
Did you shout it in Korean or did you shout it in English?
In Korean.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
and he just thought, "What's the matter with you, drinking Makgeolli in North Korea on your own?"
So what's really interesting is, like, I'm a big fan of football. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of K-League. And there's a football team, Pohang Steelers.
Yeah.
They play. I stay in the Posco Steelyard down in Pohang, and they give away free tickets to Marines, the kind of red beret, I think it is, like the kind of Korean version of the red beret. So every single game, every Pohang game, you get like 500
Full of
Marines just jump up and down. And I did go, I have a kind of similar experience. I've been to Pohang 3 times, and one time the first time I went to Pohang, I actually went for it was an Asian Champions League game, and I went to watch Pohang versus Sydney FC. And I walked up and I asked for a ticket for the home end, and she gave me an away-in ticket because obviously I'm a foreigner, I must be Australian. Yeah. So I went back and said, no, I want a home end one, and ended up in amongst all these Marines, which was quite interesting. And I've never wanted to be Australian more in my life and being amongst a bunch of Korean Marines.
You would have loved it on Begging, Mr. I Love Australia and Marines everywhere. You would have been in your element.
It would have been perfect, yeah.
Crocodile Dundee of Korea.
So obviously, I mean, you told me about your favourite Makgeolli. I mean, you drank that Begging one looking over North Korea.
Yeah.
I drank it watching
the football stadium.
Watching Songnam lose to John Book. I think we actually lost 1-0 that day, yeah. So that's like your favourite ones, are like your kind of best stories. Is there a Makgeolli that you wish you'd never drank, other than this one here that we just unfortunately did, right?
Wasting your money.
Is there one that you wish that you drank? You thought, oh wow, that's the worst Makgeolli. I can safely say, never drink it, stay away from it. That's the worst one.
I think, like, coming from my background, poor working class white.
I was still thinking of the sheep there. I was thinking about this.
I don't think I got the most. I don't think I got the most sophisticated palate. So I think, like, for some reason I just like Makgeolli with aspartame or whatever it's called in it.
Right.
And I've had a few without the aspartame. Like that. Remember that Yenal one from Gangwon? It was really browny and really sour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one that you get in Home Plus and stuff like Emar, right?
I remember that. I remember thinking, God, that was awful.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of the time, like, the Makgeolli was just part of a journey, and it was part of a holiday, and to be honest, it became an accomplishment. Seeking it out and finding it was a big deal. So every Makgeolli tasted a victory. Yeah,
I mean, I think that's what I think I try to drink a Makgeolli in every town that had a K-League, or every kind of area that had a K-League stadium. And then I realised that as I was doing it, so many little marts, like Hanaro marts, or kind of mum and pop stores, have been bought over by CUs and stuff like that, and it was like more and more difficult, I think.
Yeah, like, one thing I have noticed is, like, I never went to, like, the CU, the Hanaro mart. I went to the CUs or the family marts or anything like that. It was always to the independent shops, except Hanaro mart, which has local food.
Yeah.
And I went to directly to a brewery a couple of times, but it was always hard work because they were always out of the way, you know.
Okay.
A really good one I went to was in a place called Anmi, which is in Gyeongnam, and, like, their brewery is tiny, and it was right next to this Galbi-chin restaurant where all the Shiran wrestlers ate.
Okay.
That was pretty fun because it was full of massive, like, Shiran wrestlers eating mounds of beef. So, like, even the Makgeolli wasn't that great, it's attached to a memory.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I remember I went to Yeongdong, which is in Gangwon-do, and I bought this Makgeolli, and it was, average at best. But I remember sitting outside the station, and this bloke came up to me. He was 90 years old, and he discovered that I could speak Korean a little bit, and he started telling me about his life during the war, dealing with Russian gangsters and all of that.
Yeah.
So pretty much every Makgeolli I've had is attached to some cool story or memory, so it's not so much the taste.
So you did mention you don't have a very kind of, you said, a classic palate, right?
Not really, no.
But so do you think you can tell the difference between two Makgeollis? Let's say let's just say, for example, if I was to put a bottle of Jiangsu down and a bottle of my local Makgeolli, I come from Scotland, but my Bupyeong Makgeolli Sosungju, if I had to put those two bottles down, do you think you could tell the difference?
You're going to gob in my Makgeolli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much.
If there's like a massive granny in there, probably, yeah.
Okay, so that means I need to do it in both Makollis, which is not going to work, right?
Oh shit!
Because I actually have two
about that.
cups for you, right? I've got two cups.
I've given you 2 ways to fuck me over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I don't know. I'd give it a try.
You give it a try?
I'd be interested.
Okay.
I'd be interested.
So I think
I'm willing to show myself up as well.
I think we've drank all the Jiangsu that was on the table already, right? Which probably explains why we even did this video.
Right,
So,
masks on and in the shop.
mask on in the shop and come back in again.
It's on me, this one.
Oh, this one's on you. Okay, sweet.
All right.
All right. So we're back. We're ready. We've got our Jiangsu. We've got our Sosongju. It's time to take those glasses off, Chief.
Alright then. If you touch me while his mask is on, I'll sue you into the ground.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you. You take your glasses off to put this on, right? You should probably... It may be a good idea to take the mask off as well, I guess, right?
Can I just say we're in the middle of Guangdong here? Like, there's about 1 million people walking past and traffic.
Yeah, maybe... I've actually seen that movie. Like,
Well, weekend the same.
it's to say I, Robot. They just take the mask off, right?
I feel like a bit of a twat.
You feel like one, dude? Trust me, you look like one, don't worry about it. Now, you're probably thinking, I know what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, we've got 1 cup, so I'm going to down it all in one go, and then I'm going to pour a second one. No. I brought a second one as well, so we actually have like a second cup, right? So you do need to put the mask on.
Both? Or
No, not the mask, whatever it's called, the blindfold.
one up or down?
So keep the mask off, man, keep the mask off, right? Right, so you can't see anything, right?
Not at all.
So kind of traditionally, how many fingers I'm holding up?
12.
12, fantastic, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go for the first one, and then we're going to
I
go...
have to put it in my hand, mate, because I genuinely
Yeah,
can't see.
that's no problem at all, right? So we're going to go for the first one.
I
so-
can tell by the sound.
You can tell by the sound?
No.
So here's...
Or maybe
Right,
the Stephen Hawking of Makgeolli.
I might need to edit that. I've actually done this a couple of times and I failed. I got 50%
Well, I
success rate, yeah?
right, I did try this on TV once, and it was edited off due to my poor performance.
Well,
So-
that's not the first time you've had poor performance though, right?
Have you been talking about Mike?
Okay, let's go for the first one. What do you think it is? So you can see what it is, or you can just wait till the second one.
Can I have the second one, please?
Yeah, see, that's like, it's like what's in the box, it's like game shows, right?
The generation game, cuddly toy.
Yeah, the generation game, right? Now the thing is,
Oh,
see, that's why I should have opened them separately, right? Because if you know your Makgeolli, then you know exactly what one that
I
was,
never
right?
claimed to know, I just claimed to have drunk a lot of it.
Okay. So here comes the second one, right? Got it?
I think so, yeah. Okay. It's an interesting bouquet.
So we have number 1 and we have number 2, right?
So one is Jiangsu and one is the...
The Bupyeong Sosongju. The Enson. Well, actually, it is actually Bupyeong Sosongju. So what are we thinking? So,
I'm going to say the second one was Jiangsu.
okay, so you think the second one was Jiangsu, right?
Yes.
So
So
you-
I'm judging by your tone that I'm wrong.
Okay. And which means the first one you think was
Either
Sosongju, right?
or Jeepyeong.
Ah, there was no Jeepyeong.
Oh, okay.
There's
I
no
did
Jeepyeong.
buy one in the shop, he's not showing me.
Yeah, there was a Jeepyeong bottle.
Alright, yeah, so I'll go number one Jiangsu, number 2.
Oh, you cheated.
No, sorry. Sorry, I got mixed up there. It's gone to my head.
Okay.
The second one was Jiangsu, the first one was Bupyeong.
Okay. So the second one was Jiangsu, the first one was Bupyeong.
Final
Yeah?
answer.
Okay. So just so you know, you can take the blindfold. The second one was, of course, Sosongju.
Was it?
Yeah.
Ah,
And the first one was, of course,
because
Jiangsu.
you know what? I was trying to cheat there, and because I just bought that in the shop, and I felt the cup to see which one was colder.